Hello, it's April and welcome to Snapdragon Hollow. Today I thought I would share with you a couple of wonderful crafting books, paper crafting books that I picked up at my recent trip to Barnes & Noble. I have been really eager to get back into some journaling and paper crafting, and when I spotted these, I thought that I would go ahead and pick them up and use these to inspire some new junk journaling and glue booking and scrapbooking. So this is a composition notebook that I picked up from Amazon recently. With this journal, I'm going to start a fall themed notebook here that I'm going to be working on between now and probably mid-November. And then I'll probably start something a little more Christmassy as the fall starts to move into the Christmas season. I also have a separate Halloween one that I wanted to start working on last year but did not get an opportunity to. So I'm hoping to be working between the two books here. I loved the cover of this one. I had another one with apples on it that I was going to originally use, but it had a lot of the blossoms on the apples and it looked a little more springy than I wanted. So I will go ahead and leave a link for this one in the description box below. I think it's really, really pretty. But let's go ahead. I thought we would start by taking a look through these two books here. These are books that have a bunch of different, it says stationery, gift wrap, stickers, posters, and more, all within this book that you can use to, cut up, tear out, and use in your journal. So this one is called Paper Love Enchanted Forest. And again, I found both of these at Barnes & Noble in their magazine section. So I just thought we'd take a quick flip through this one. So you can see every bit of this could be potentially cut up and used if you like to do glue booking or collaging or journaling. It's got some beautiful paper here. I love this print. And this one is even a serrated edge here, so you can just easily rip that out. And I'm going ahead and just allowing myself to just get right into this book and cut it apart as needed. A lot of times I get in this bad habit of buying these and they're so pretty that I end up never using them because I don't want to cut them apart. But that is not the point. The point is to use it up. So I'm going to try to do that with this one here, and I thought that I would journal a bit of that process. Here's another beautiful page here. You can see so many opportunities. You could just journal right in this, or again, you can cut it apart. You can see there's nice pieces of stationery and all these beautiful printed papers. Here's something you can cut out and make an envelope if you'd like. Some more envelopes. And the back of the envelope is also patterned. That's really neat. See, this one is just like a white one. You can see this cute little image here. You could cut that out, or you could journal on this page. This one, I was originally just going to get one of these, but I could not decide between the two. My husband was with me and he said, you like both of those subjects. You might as well pick them both up, because he could see that I would definitely be able to use both of those. Okay, so this one looks like, I think these are stickers. Yes, they are. So little stickers here. That's wonderful. Like you can see all the beautiful woodland patterns here, little squirrels and mushrooms and things. I have a lot of this kind of subject matter because it is my favorite. This is like a very solid piece of paper here, a cardstock, and it is perforated along the edges so you could have little postcards or little postcards. So it looks like some more postcards here. Some mushroom ones. Let me go back into some more printed papers. Some are double-sided, some are not. And we've got this pretty image here. You don't always need a plan, just go. That's true. I do love to make plans, but sometimes you just need to get started, whether you have a perfect plan or not. As long as you're willing to switch it up. Be nice to each other and have a nice day. I like that. This blue is so pretty. Wow, that's really pretty. And I'm hoping to print off some of the pictures that I take when I'm out and about on my various adventures to include in this, and perhaps get some prints of some recipes. I just want it to be sort of a fall, both a journal and a scrapbook of sorts. Perhaps with some recipes and things like that in it. I just want to record some of my thoughts on fall. This one is like a solid poster. Here, you could cut this out and actually frame it. It's just a really nice solid poster there. You could use that side if you want. Here's Be Wild and Wonder, some owls and ferns and things. Just lots of beautiful, you can see so many beautiful patterned papers here. I'm just really excited to have all of these resources here. These are little, looks like bookmarks. That's nice. You've even got like a little punch out circle here where you can put like a little string or something, a little ribbon. A coloring page, so you can do some coloring if you want. Ooh, I love that one. That's very pretty. I mean, this is just huge. And at first I was worried because it was a little bit on the spendy side, but after looking at all the resources within this book, kind of tallying up how much I would pay for, like, you know, sticker sheets and packs, small packs of paper and stuff, I really thought that it is actually, in the end, it's actually a pretty good deal. Let's see, this was $30, and I believe I had a little discount because of my Barnes & Noble membership, but yeah, it was around $30. But again, if you tally up all these sticker sheets and all these different papers and things, I do still think that that is worth it. There's a lot here. This is a very thick book, as you can see. So if you are out and about and you spot this in Barnes & Noble, this is a more close-up look, so you can decide if it's something you'd want. Here we have a little envelope here. See, Paper Love. Oh, it's wrapping paper. You know, the sticker does kind of damage it a little bit, but that's okay. Again, trying to actually just use this and not worry about preserving it. Oh, so it's just a whole sheet of actual wrapping paper. Oh, that is so neat. So you could use that for a larger collage project. Ooh, look at this one. That is so beautiful. Or just actually wrapping paper if you have a fall gift to wrap. Or like a woodland type. This isn't just fall. This is more like, you know, nature and woodland. Here we even have some winter. That'll be nice. So this is something I can use all year round. I just thought that it will be very nice in my fall book too. Let's see, this has circles. This is punch out little circles here, so that's nice. Letters, numbers, more letters, and this big wood slice here. I love that it includes all these letters for that fun sort of collage look. Lots of choices for that. And then each one has the backing paper too, little tags here. Let's see, more wrapping paper. Yeah, I definitely think, although at first I was a little shocked at the $30 price tag, thinking it was kind of more like a magazine or something, although I will say magazine prices have also really gone up. Once you dig into this and see everything you get, you can see that it's worth that price. That's cute, little squirrel, and then more mushrooms and ferns. And here we have strips of paper that you could use for bordering. It feels like it might actually be adhesive backed. Yes, this page is adhesive backed, so these are like little washi tapes or something. It's not washi, but they're all little strips of tape for your borders. And we have tags. Lots of beautiful tags, more postcards. This beautiful envelope. More envelopes. You could make envelopes for inside a journal or just use them as envelopes. So as you can see, totally adorable if you love that sort of woodland and mushroomy and nature theme, which I do love. So that's extra fun. This was really neat. So again, this is from Paper Love, and it's for 2025. Let me open this last little envelope here. So it doesn't say what it is, so I'm not 100% sure if it's more wrapping paper. Ooh, it looks like a poster maybe? It's one of those neat posters here. I have similar posters like this already hanging up. So I might just go ahead and use this to cut apart, but that would be fun to hang up, you know, if there was a way to get the lines out of it. Yeah, that's neat. And I love the trees like this. I actually have an extremely similar poster hanging up in my grandkids' playroom of trees. Okay, so that's that one there. I love it. Insight Editions there, you can see. So a beautiful paper collection, and this one is Enchanted Forest. They did have a couple other versions of this, but again, I chose Enchanted Forest. And then the other one that I thought I would look through is this one here. And this one here is called Paper, the Vintage Retro Collection, with 180 pages to create and craft with. The other one had 160 pages. This is 180. It also includes stationery, bookmarks, stickers, wrapping paper, gift tags, and more. And this is from Deck Chair Press, so it is, I think, a different company maybe. It looks very similar though. So here is the inside of this one. I love retro and vintage looks as well. I have a few projects that I want to work on that are more in this realm here, the retro and vintage look. So again, I could even cut out that chair or anything like that to use on a collage page. So here we start out with this, and this is the page that I'd be most interested in. I am just so intrigued by retro diners. It is something I have worked on in miniatures before, and is something I just love because I grew up going to little old-fashioned diners like that. Here we have a nice print of some summery things. I love that mid-century modern look here, typewriter. So this one is like a postcards, and more postcards here. So you can see the vibe of this one is definitely very different. That's why I was having such a hard time choosing between them, because I would use both of these. Here we have tape cassettes, and this is a pile of paper here, like a whole set of paper. Let's go ahead and leaf through this real quick. So it looks like, yes, wrapping paper. So we've got cassette tapes, and this here that looks like a car dashboard, some geometric patterns here. So that'll be nice paper to have. We've got this. This is also really different than some of the other stuff there. That'll be nice for Valentine's Day. So again, I'll be able to use these paper packs here for quite a bit of time. This one is definitely, you know, just a year-round one. I don't know how much I'll find in this one for my upcoming fall journaling, but, you know, you could always cut out something if you needed it. This one almost looks a little more summery in some ways. But really cool patterns here. You can see just how much is in this. Parts of this could perhaps be in the fall project. Here we have this. This is like frames that you can punch out. These are all different layers, and they all have punch out spots, as you can see. Same here with a print in the middle. I actually own this radio here in the peach color. This is the retro 80s tape cassette player that is sort of gained popularity since it was featured on Stranger Things. And I do have an original one from the 80s as well, again in peach. So I love this picture. That's great. And then here we have a journal here, a little journal that it came with. Let's go ahead and see this one. It's hooked on with a little glue dot, and in this sort of little paper band. You could use that band also in journaling. So we have a journal that you could work with all sorts of patterns in as well. That's pretty cool. More pictures. And here's a notes book, another book here. Let's see, is that... Looks like this is... Oh, here, I'll go ahead and take this out as well. So here's the notes book. So far it comes with 2 actual journals, so it's almost like an all-in-one kit. You would just need, you know, scissors and glue and markers and things like that, and you've got yourself a journaling kit. So let's see, this says, enjoy today. Beautiful retro phone here, some little circles and pictures to use. You can see all these great vintage images. This is pretty. Some tags. This is neat. It's very fun. And here we have a lot of the diamond patterns. Oh, I love this one. That's great. More just images and cards. Some are on cardstock, some are on thinner paper. Here's this. It looks like little travel destination type posters. And look, we are only, like 2/3 of the way through. Here's stickers, more pattern paper. It looks like you can color on these here. More coloring, and on the back, I love how if you don't want to color, you can use the image. It's like scrapbooking paper. Here we have more paper. Let's see, we've got this one here. It looks like wrapping paper again. And we have this one here with retro TVs and this cool sort of psychedelic grid pattern there. So some really fun ones there. It looks like there might be one more under here. Ah, yes. And this design here, I love the TV one. That's wonderful. And then under it is more like mid-century imagery. Little cutouts. And just some nice blank paper, which is nice because sometimes you just need not a pattern. You need something, just basic to put a pattern on. So I just love the mix in this one. It's so fun. There's just so many things. There's a typewriter, and here we start into some letters. This one's fun. So is this one. Again, I love that it has letters. You can cut them out for collaging a page. Here's more of the little strip stickers. And we've got these stickers here, little square ones. Cool TV. Some cars and tags, little note pages there, more tags, and more postcards, and then more paper. So many cool things in this one. I think this one might have been a little bit more. It is a little bit bigger. Oh, again, I love this page here. That's so neat. Actually, I've been collecting little tiny TVs in all sorts of various little designs. And here we have the end, the Looney, it looks like the Looney Tunes or something, or like an old TV show, the end, and that there. So let's see, this one was, yes, this one was $5 more at $35, but it is quite a bit heftier, again, with 180 pages instead of 160. And just so many neat things here. So very fun. I'm so excited to get into these a bit and use these in some of my upcoming journaling projects, which I definitely want to start sharing quite a bit more here on Snapdragon Hollow. I am toying with the idea of switching up some of my content here just to reflect more of my hobbies and just how I live seasonally and things like that. I still want to include my collections in some way, but there will definitely be some changes coming up, and I hope you'll stick with me for that. I will be making that transition a little bit slowly. I have a lot of fun toy reviews still to share with you, but I would really love to start incorporating how I actually use all of my collectibles, display my collectibles, and other things I enjoy doing, like my crafting and things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on this notebook here. Then I'll come back and share with you what I've done so far. And I think I will start by pulling out some papers from here. I've also got some magazines, some seasonal magazines like my Victoria magazine that recently came, and I want to start cutting that apart too to use in this project here. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on that a little bit, and I'll come back and share with you what I've got started. Okay, so I've had a bunch of fun working on my first page here. This is just like the opening page. I'm thinking it's just going to be a very fun, different sort of journal here. I'm going to do some collaging, some writing, things like that. A lot of just like inspiration pictures. I've always wanted to dig through my magazines. I love magazines, and take out images that inspire me for my homemaking and seasonal living. So a lot of that is just going to be that inspiration. So I have something to look through that is inspiring to me. So I'm just going to go ahead and label this page here with my little stamp letters here in numbers. So I'm going to do that here. I love the look of these letters. I was considering collaging some of the letters out, but cutting them out, but I decided I'd go ahead and use this for this page, but we'll definitely collage in some letters as well. So we've got fall 2025 here. Next time I'll have to line it up a little bit better, but sometimes I love that organic look of just, you know, getting it down on paper. If it's a little crooked, it just, I think sometimes can add to that charm. So here we have our little paper here. I'm going to glue that down up here. Before I do that, just thought I would share with you some of the elements of the page here. I dug through my recent Victoria magazine. This issue here, it has just got some beautiful fall pictures all through it. I pulled out a bunch here, dug through some of my fall stickers you can see here. I'm going to work on fussy cutting some of the pictures out, and some I'm just going to kind of take pictures out that I think are inspirational. So in this page here, I've cut out some pumpkins. I've put a bonfire sticker here and just some foliage. I cut out this scene here of sort of like a fall picnic. And we were actually just at our small town's apple festival a couple days ago, and my grandkids got to work with an old-fashioned cider press and see how cider's made. And of course, we'll visit the pumpkin patch and all that. Here we have some squirrels. I'm looking forward to visiting a park nearby that I know has a lot of squirrels. And this was a basket of apples that I thought was pretty, along with this beautiful sort of raincoat here and boots, which is inspiring to me. When I was first looking through this issue the other day, I saw this coat and boot combo, and I would love to hunt down a plaid sort of a light raincoat. Our falls are still pretty warm most of the time. It doesn't start getting cold here for, you know, until nearly mid-October to late October. So I just need a light jacket for some of those blustery days. And this gorgeous plaid would be nice. So just like inspirational pictures like that, I want to take a lot of walks in the forest and around places that may have some beautiful leaves changing and things like that. I found some background paper in the Enchanted Forest book here to put in the background. I used a strip of that sticker washi tape from the book as well. And yeah, so this is the first page, just some pretty fall foliage here and a few fall images here, just to kind of kick off this journal and start inspiring me for what I'd like to do on the next page. So I'm going to wrap this video up today, but I do hope to work on this journal a bunch for the next couple of months, and I'll continue to share with you during hopefully some weekly vlogging on what I've been doing in this journal here, as well as continuing to share some of the fun events that I'm doing and creative things that I'm doing this fall. So I thank you so much for watching. I hope you subscribe and come on back to see more of what I'm up to at Snapdragon Hollow here. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day and a wonderful week. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Goodbye.